righty, and we're back again.
We're back in the building.
Yes, sir. At the NJB podcast, came up from NJB Pod, episode 8. We got a lot to talk about. Playoffs. We had a lot of big series happen in the last couple times before we talked. I feel like the last time we talked, and you know, I would like to also just say that the Lakers, we're about to win the championship. I just want to start out there. We're winning the championship this year. We're about to end the Warriors. And the beauty about it is that Bron and AD don't even have to play tremendously.
This team is special, bro. This team, like, I'm not gonna upset the basketball gods and say that we're gonna win, even though I did place a future on this team midway through the season, right after the trade, because you could just tell after a couple games. Best defense in the NBA. Like, they had the second best record in the NBA after the trade deadline by like one game. Best record in the West. Like, they've shown that they can just do this constantly, and like we're obviously friends with a lot of Warriors fans, and their
They're
idea
sick
is
right
that,
now.
yeah, they're sick. This is a struggle for Warriors fans right now because they're talking all this about Vando can't guard Curry, Reeves can't guard Curry, and like, yes, Curry's killing us right now,
Yeah,
but like, any sort of being able to slow him down and being able to slow anyone down is the Lakers' strength, because like,
yeah,
defense wins championships. So that's what we're seeing right now. If they can win this series, if they just keep playing this defense, bro, this defense is crazy.
yep. And now this is Curry finally feeling what Braun has always been feeling. Hey, my role players, hey, my key other stars are not playing up to my potential.
No.
He is balling. He's playing insane. He's making tough shots. He's passing the ball. He's rebounding now. He's getting triple doubles. He had a double double, I believe, the game before. But our bench is outplaying the
Yeah.
Warriors bench right now, and our bench looks disgusting.
It's crazy. Shout out Lonnie fucking Walker, bro. My
Lonnie
God.
Walker.
The fourth, Skywalker.
Straight bucket getter. He's a bucket getter.
He's a bucket getter. Like, all these people had me convinced he was gonna be the next Malik Monk for a while. And I started to lose hope. But man, the only reason he lost his rotation spot was because Malik Beasley was getting paid 16 mil. Like, that's it. That's
Yeah,
the only
that's
reason.
it.
Like,
And then you
Lonnie
realize
Walker is
that
a better player. He's just a better player. Like,
absolutely. He's a better all-around player. Malik
yeah,
Beasley will play some. I think he'll play some minutes coming forward
yeah.
because we're gonna need some threes. But Lonnie Walker, dog.
The
Roy,
athleticism.
we got Roy, and he's
Oh my
balling.
God, Rui has been a welcome addition, man. Kendrick Nunn in 3 seconds. That's all it took. That's it.
A guy that gave us no minutes in a
Literally
second
no
round
minute.
pick that we probably weren't even gonna even pick, or I mean sign.
No, because and then we just get him back. Like, we trade Thomas Bryant for 3 seconds. Like, we go and get Jared Vanderbilt, D'Angelo Russell. Oh my God! Like, what these guys have done for this roster, just, and the
Yeah.
development of Austin Reeves. Like,
Yes.
without Austin Reeves, this season doesn't become what it is. Like, we
No.
needed, we were without him, we were lacking a starting shooting guard, and
Yes.
like, it was gonna get ugly even with this new trade. But like, he can just fill in for when D'Lo's off. D'Lo can fill in for when he's off. Dennis Schroeder has been awesome.
It has been great. It
Like
has
playing
been
great
great.
defense. Like, and he's funny as hell. Like,
Yeah. He's
he's a
having
dog.
fun out there.
Like, the big turnover though. The turnover, people hated that, and that's fair. I hated that too. Going behind the back at the end of the game, like, that's, what are
Yeah.
you doing? But besides that, he is playing defense. Like, he's inspired to guard Steph Curry. I feel like the Lakers have a bunch of hungry players right now.
Yes. We are hungry, dude. And we're hungry to actually like the players. What I'm seeing is that they're stepping up for AD, they're stepping up for
Yeah.
Braun, for them to like take the stress off of the shoulders and
Hmm.
stuff. Everyone's hitting big shots. Like
Yeah.
Lonnie Walker had 15 points in the fourth quarter
He
alone.
was he was hunting their MVP.
He was literally cooking everybody that was trying to guard him,
Yeah,
and he's playing great defense as well. I think honestly, personally, I want to play Lonnie Walker a little bit more minutes. I
yeah,
would like to
yeah,
see him come off the bench a little bit quicker.
yeah, yeah. He's
Next
earned
game,
it.
I would love to see him, like, you can still do fourth quarter, but I would say like maybe into second quarter. Get him like 5, 6 minutes in there.
Yeah, when the Lakers need a change of pace.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because you know the Warriors are gonna come out and they're gonna come out hot. They're
yeah.
motivated. They want to get a 3-1 on Braun back, but it's not happening though. This
No, no. I don't see a world in which this happens. Like
no.
the Lakers, LeBron James, Anthony Davis. I just don't see LeBron and AD like having the will to lose 3 games in a row. Like after what they've proved, like they're playing. Everyone on the team is playing all NBA defense right now, and the guards are just being allowed to close. But LeBron or AD will probably have to close game, whatever game it is, that to close them out because like Reeves and D'Lo can do what they want. Schroeder can do that, but like when it comes down to it, it's going to be Curry versus AD again,
Yep.
and that's where it has to be won. AD needs to continue to be the best player in the damn playoffs. Like if the Lakers want to win a championship.
Facts. Facts. When he gets 12 rebounds and more, it's over with.
Yeah,
It's over with. And if just half of those are offensive, we're winning. We're winning every time. Just because the Warriors have nobody to match up with right now. Like,
no,
I don't know what's going on with Looney. I'm not gonna make excuses for anybody. I
no,
understand that he's not feeling well, so he might be dealing with something, that's
yeah,
making, because he is playing a little bit more sluggish when I've seen him, but still, AD's
yeah,
playing in a realm where he's playing defensive too much, and he's just killing everybody right now.
yeah. No, he is, and he controls the boards too. Like we were talking about this before we started, that like it's crazy that Anthony Davis is leading the rebounding battle throughout everyone in the playoffs. It's even Looney. So this is
Yeah.
people were talking about how he was soft and he delivered now. And he's been off social media for 4 months apparently.
Oh, I didn't even know that.
So he's in his zero dark 30 shit right now.
Yeah, then he's in that old Braun bag. Braun
Yeah,
gave up now, but you know, no, that's great. No, AD's locked in. He is
yeah,
locked in. He's playing great defense. That's what I like about it the most, is that he's playing great defense. He's trying to
yeah,
rebound. He's hustling. He has spurts where I see in games where he's kind of letting off the gas, but
yep,
thank God our team is definitely holding him accountable and helping him
yeah,
out. Like, I'm really happy about the Lakers, and I think we do have a true chance to
yeah.
go far this year.
I agree. I agree. And we're expanding and like talk going off that, the Denver Nuggets just beat the Phoenix Suns. And it's 3-2 in that series. Obviously if the Lakers would be lucky enough to win game 5, game 6, or game 7, they would face the winner of this series, and I think it's gonna be Denver.
Yeah, I
And
think
obviously that's gonna have to be a game plan. That'll have to be a discussion. But like, what do you think about the Lakers' path if they can get past the Warriors here?
well, yeah, I think when we get past the Warriors, because it's guaranteed, it's guaranteed.
I guarantee.
I guarantee it. But facing the Nuggets is not going to be no easy deal. It's going to
No.
also once again be on Anthony Davis to
Yeah.
finally consistently show up, because that man, 2-time MVP Jokic, he's no joke. I'm pretty sure
No.
he just had a triple double again tonight.
Yeah.
So, um, he's the offense that we can't allow him to just have his way with
No.
the game. But the key for stopping the Denver Nuggets right now would be making sure that Michael Porter Jr. doesn't feel comfortable,
Yeah. That man is crazy.
and Jamal Murray is not as well comfortable in getting the
Yeah,
shots that he wants. But I think that we can tire out Jamal Murray with our type of guards.
yeah,
I think we put Braun on Michael Porter Jr.,
yeah,
get a little physical with him, and we might even put Vanderbilt on Jamal Murray or something like that.
yeah. I was thinking that Vando Jamal,
Mm-hmm.
Aaron Gordon can probably dominate D'Lo or Reeves a little bit, like in a
We
couple
might have to put
possessions.
Braun on
Yeah,
it.
maybe Braun goes Gordon. Damn, the Nuggets might make the Lakers play a little more Rui.
Yeah.
I
No,
think just because like they have two 6'10" wings pretty much. Like
yeah.
they're running an interesting
Big.
kind of style. Yeah, they're running an interesting style now that they have Aaron Gordon and KCP.
Mm-hmm.
KCP will probably put Reeves or D'Lo on, and then like
Mm-hmm.
figure it out from there. And I think the Lakers still they kind of like that matchup.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
I think in the Lakers' head going forward too would be an easier matchup in my opinion than facing the Suns, even though I don't believe the Suns are that good.
yeah,
I
no,
think just facing Devin Booker and Kevin Durant is just something that AD and Brom, not to say that they don't want to do it, but it's just more of they understand that there is a very high chance that those two guys can score 100 points.
yeah,
And we don't really want to face that right now.
yeah, no. They still don't scare me. Like DeAndre Ayton's body language is like the the wildest turn of events that I think I ever would have thought from a number one pick who I thought was surefire 2010 rest of his career. Like, give me that at the bare minimum. Like, this team is a championship caliber team, but his effort is so like minimal. I feel like he's not locked into the Suns. Maybe because
I
they
don't
were
think he
trying.
has to be there. I
No,
honestly,
yeah, they were trying to trade him instead of Mikal Bridges. Like,
yeah.
and they were open about that. And they didn't want to trade Bridges. They didn't even want to trade Cam Johnson, but they had to.
Yep.
And could you imagine that team with Mikal Bridges instead of DeAndre Ayton? Like just throw in any center at that point.
It would probably be the series would probably be over right now in six. Like it would probably be like
Yeah.
the a complete flip of this series right now. And just because I don't know who their center would be,
Yeah, I'm trying to think who guards Jokic. That's all. But
but
Jumbo Landale.
at the same time, they nobody's scoring like that, and they would have somebody to guard Jamal Murray and just
Yeah,
run
putting
around with him at all times.
throwing Bridges at him
But,
is just crazy.
but I like to say this: Chris Paul is the most unreliable superstar of all time. Absolutely
Facts.
unreliable. Any person, like, let's look at the history of the players that he's played with now at this point. He's played with a pretty much going into his prime, if not in his prime, Devin Booker,
Yep.
Kevin Durant. He's had James Harden. He's had Blake Griffin and DeAndre Jordan during that time as well. Like he's played with some people. He's played with Paul George.
James Harden.
Some like
Like
he's played with some key players,
and
and
now Kevin
he leaves,
Durant, Devin Booker. DeAndre
he
Ayton.
leaves everybody hanging now. He
He
just leaves everybody hanging. And I understand injuries happen, but everybody that is a true athlete and that actually has played the game or played a different other sport, you know when you pull your groin, you know when you hurt your hamstring, you know when doing these certain injuries that he has, that's just wear and tear on your body, dude. You got to take care of your body better, or you got to be more in shape or something. There's something that you're doing that like consistently allows your body to break
yeah.
down. And I just can't if we're gonna hinder Derrick Rose's career because of injuries, then Chris Paul isn't a top point guard for me anymore. Because every time the time comes where a team needs him, because I believe if he played is just as good as he was usually playing
Yeah.
in the regular season, he doesn't need to score 20, maybe like just 16 and 10. It would be a different series right now.
it's like the biggest waste of $30 million right now. Like,
Yeah.
can't believe we're saying that about Chris Paul, but I agree. I like it's hard to change my all-time rankings for him because like honestly, like if you don't have a championship, I'm always gonna rank you under someone that does, who's around the same skill level. Like Jason Kidd, I put above him for that reason. Like Steve Nash, that's conversation because Steve doesn't have one. Like Steve probably did but he has two MVPs. So Chris Paul, you kind of drop right under that. It's like you keep kind of going down. Obviously Curry, Magic, um, but it's just like what you're saying. Your players need to be reliable. I don't think Chris Paul has ever given us a series or like multiple series put it together in a playoff run where I'm like, damn, he really came through for his team. Like he has. It's been a
Yeah.
long time.
Not since he was super young when it was the New Orleans, like what? Hornets?
Hornets, yeah.
Yeah.
And I was a big guy. Like obviously, I'm scorned. If Chris Paul was a Laker, Kobe Bryant would have had like seven
Yeah.
rings. So
It's,
this would have fit my GOAT prophecy forever. I would have been so happy with that. So I know what Chris Paul could have done. I know what his career could have been.
yeah.
Could have been records, but I knew that he was the greatest point guard in the league for those years, but he needed someone.
Yeah.
The ones he finally got with people, his body, like what you're saying, like there's no way he's preparing correctly, and
It's like
there's no way
you're a
we can
veteran, dude.
like he's been in the league for so long, like it's been how many playoff runs are you going to continue to miss?
Yeah. Like opportunities. But you could say that this is potentially his best opportunity to win a
Yeah,
ring. Kevin
because
Durant, Devin Booker.
next year that contract, are they keeping him?
I wouldn't. I personally wouldn't. But I definitely need somebody better than Cameron Payne because
Yeah,
Cameron Payne isn't gonna win, championships either. But I'm just saying, Chris Paul, man, like, dude, I just watched the game and I'm looking at him on the bench. Like, how are you not uncomfortable with being like, like you're younger than Braun. You know what I mean? You're around the ages of with Steph Curry and stuff like that. Like these people are balling still right now,
yeah,
and constantly every playoff series, you are hurt. And you're
yeah,
getting hurt not like, oh, like dislocated shoulder or something like that. Like, dude, you're pulling your hamstring, you're pulling your groin. I just saw you just trying to box out a player and you pulled your groin. Like,
yeah,
there's no way that you're prepping yourself in a way as good as what I think you definitely could be. And
100%.
that's not gonna win you any rings, dude, unless you join some like super team, but still, like you might not play.
Yeah, yeah. You like that spot is very up for grabs. Like, there's a lot of rumors about Fred VanVleet to the Suns. There were rumors of like Dinwiddie. There's been players like mid-tier point guards
Mhm.
that they can afford to trade for, but there's been no takers like for Chris Paul. So it's interesting because he has such a good relationship with Devin Booker and stuff. But if you're the Suns, you need to get serious now because KD is also getting older. So you need to set those guys up with some playmakers, shooters, defenders. My God, dude, these guys need 3-and-D players around them right now. Like if they could just put three Mikal Bridges around those two, they'd be the greatest team ever because you just need players like that for all teams that have stars. But like that should be their number one priority in the offseason if they can't make it past the Nuggets here.
I think I have a solution for the Suns, and what I think that they can definitely do is give away like Chris Paul and his contract. Maybe even do a sign and trade if it's possible. But if it's possible to do this and be able to get the players that you can, I would try to get Miles Turner, dude.
Hey, Miles
Get
Turner was linked to the Suns.
get Miles Turner, right? Get Miles Turner, and you go and sign and trade DeAndre and Chris Paul for like Trey Young.
Wow. Trey Young would fit. Like the offense would be crazy, but the defense,
Defense would be terrible,
that team,
terrible. But I think the Suns would be open to do it because
Yeah. I think the
Trey.
Suns do that in a heartbeat. Dude, the Hawks obviously love Aiton. I know that. That's a fact. They love Aiton. But are they willing to move off of him for that and like maybe one first round pick because Phoenix gave everything else for KD? Probably not, right?
Probably not. No, probably not. Unfortunately,
But hey, Matt Ishbia is coming up with funds. That man has funds. He can find something. He can make something happen. Maybe.
I think yeah, they got to go for somebody like Miles Turner though, like
Yeah.
somebody
Yeah.
that could still play a little bit of offense, but defense would help them out. Because DeAndre Ayton,
Yeah.
he's just non-motivated, and
No. Yeah.
I think
Where do you what do you think he averages if so say like the Atlanta trade does happen. Say it's like DeJounte's running point guard, right? And DeAndre Ayton is their center of the future now. Like Big O's gone. Like Big O's still back up, but Capella's gone, right? And then like Trey's gone.
yeah.
So
But that's why I think that they would Suns would trade Chris Paul with a sign and trade and DeAndre Ayton. So then the Hawks are still getting a point guard with DeJounte next to them and they're getting
yeah.
DeAndre and they
They
don't have to pay Capella anymore.
and yeah, and they so Aiton with DeJounte running pick and roll all game. How many what are his stats looking like if he's basically like on that team, he becomes the number one, number two option on offense.
I think 18 and 12. 18
Damn.
and 12.
And
I don't know.
is he worth the hassle for just 18 and 12? Like, can't you win with a center who's like 15 and 13 or like,
You
like
can. You can, but I think that he won't do anything more than the motivation that I see from him. I don't think he will get more than 12 rebounds on average.
fair.
And 18 points, I think, will be doable. But I think his defense of stats will go higher. Like he'll get more steals.
Yeah, on
He'll
that
get
team
more,
too.
he'll get more blocks. He'll be more agile. Like we'll see him play at a faster pace.
Yeah. He could give you 20. He could give you 20.
He could. He could definitely because he's also a good free throw shooter. So
Yeah,
he
he is.
he
I,
could yeah, I could see him do 20 and 12. Let's say 20 and
yeah.
12.
I just don't like you said, like the motivation and all that, but you can tell when a player's attitude is like a winning attitude versus not. Like
Yeah.
we watch basketball our whole lives. Like he he has never shown it so far, even at Arizona. Like what did they lose in the first or second round? Like I always knew, I think we all knew because you could tell he's just walking 20 and 10 kind of a guy just because of his body, like his hook shot. Like everyone
Yep.
knew he'd be a good center, but were you going to be a bynum? Were you going to be, were you like, or what were you going to do? Like, what, were you going to show Dwight? Like he has the athletic capabilities for stuff like that, but if you have the attitude that you want to do something and like, look, you have an opportunity.
Yeah.
He did have an opportunity here. If he was motivated here, they could win a championship,
We won a championship easily, man. Like
but
it
if you're
just
willing to fumble this opportunity, like you're not the guy.
you're not
I
the
don't
guy.
want. You're not my franchise center.
But let's say they figure it out in the next two games and the Lakers have to face the Suns.
Then the narrative completely, yeah, it flips.
Yeah. It flips. It could be something that could be a great series. It could be something that can go long. But we know that they're not gonna have Chris Paul.
Yeah,
I would bet, I'll bet a lot of money on AD having his way of with DeAndre Ayton.
yeah, because he did
Yeah.
before he got injured.
Vanderbilt would just have to step up once again.
Guard KD this
Around with
time
Devin Booker
or
or
Booker, yeah, because Booker's handling the ball more.
yeah, I would say that he'll guard Devin Booker and
LeBron
then
on KD.
Bron, KD. Like Bron, KD's just gonna, KD's just gonna get his shots up
He'll
and
get
stuff.
it regardless. Yeah,
Yeah. It doesn't really matter. So Bron would just, be physical with him and just try
just
to
yeah,
not pick up foul trouble. But Braun, I think guarding KD and then the matchups that we can run
yeah,
and go big with them and maybe still keep Austin Reeves and D'Lo,
yeah. They
and
allow us to play those players.
yeah, we can definitely we could beat them as well.
Yeah, like no one, like we saw what D'Lo did to Josh Okogie in the regular season. Like that's the luxury the Lakers have. And you look onto the East as well. Like all these teams are good. Philly and Boston are good. The Knicks and the Heat are good, but they probably have all each more a little bit. They have some more flaws than the Lakers do. The only
Yeah,
flaw the Lakers really have is continuity and maybe like one on ball, one more guard defender. But besides that, the Lakers have a full roster. They hit every single position. Like you see, the Celtics are wing heavy. Like they're not playing Peyton Pritchard guard. They're not playing Blake Griffin a lot. They're not playing backup center really. It's like all these teams have different styles because they're trying to just face the Warriors, but the Lakers are coming in with the 2020 style where it's like size is going to win this season. If you can stay healthy, that type of a team is winning this year.
yeah. And we're defensive minded, dude. We have the best defense, I feel like, in the league right now. We have the best defender in the league right now. I mean,
Yeah.
he's disrespected by not being on defensive first team or second team.
That's just insane work what they did. Neither defensive team played
Dumb.
more minutes this season than Jaren, by the way. Not games, but minutes.
Yeah, dumb. That's outrageous. Same type of stats, still scoring as well. Come on. Also, like they need to start really looking. I don't think that these guys are really looking at altered shots. You know what I mean?
No.
Like how many times is the big switched up? They should start looking at the stats of how many times a big switched on a guard and is
Yeah.
making them, miss a shot, like percentage wise, AD does a lot of stuff that people don't see, that he makes the game very hard. There's a reason why
Yeah.
the Warriors aren't driving at a high, percentage rate, is because not because they can't, it's because it's a hard shot to shoot when you have
Yeah.
Anthony Davis blocking over like 3 shots a game right now
Yeah.
and he's active. So, and we could go even bigger. We could freaking start playing Mo Bamba. We haven't even really played our bigs like that.
I'm telling you, why don't they try? Like, obviously, Mo's
I
injured
think
right
we're
now.
gonna do it next series. If we play
Yeah.
Denver,
Yeah.
we'll play
We'll
Mo
see Mo
Bamba.
minutes.
Yeah.
Like, he can't stay body to body with Jokic, but AD body,
Hmm.
Bamba help side. Oh my God. I'm
Yeah.
like making my mind freak out because I remember like when he was in for the
Hmm.
few games that he unfortunately had to sprain his ankle because like in those few games he proved he could rim protect still. And on
Yeah.
our team, you don't need to do much. You really
Yeah.
don't need to do that much. You just got to play some defense, run your lane, hit an occasional shot, and just play fucking defense. Like that's it. That's it. And if you're a role player on the Lakers right now, you are salivating to play because like you can make a name for yourself. This is like what the Warriors were going through last year, giving
Yep.
Otto Porter and Gary Payton II just value amongst the league now for the rest of their career.
Absolutely, dude.
Yeah.
So what do you think about the Boston and 76ers series? Joel's the MVP of the league.
Yeah.
You called it out.
Yes,
You know,
sir. The
you knew
proud
that
moment.
he was gonna get it. I thought I had I believe in the beginning when we first talked, I had Luca.
Yes. You
I
did
had
have
Luca.
Luca at first.
And then I thought that Jokic was eventually gonna get it just because he was
Hey,
having a good series. I mean, a good season, and also he
he
was
did.
having the best record in the West. So
Hey,
I
you
thought
called that.
yeah, I thought
Hey.
that was gonna be enough, but it's Joel's year. They're
Yeah.
playing good. They just went up 3-2. I believe now they're going back to Philly.
Yes, sir. They 33 from Joel, 30 from Maxi, 17 and 10 from Harden. Top three players really got it done. And Tobias Harris, top four players, 16 and 11.
Wow. No, that's a
I
great thing.
so with Joel, like the reason I thought he was gonna get the MVP was because I thought he deserved it last year, and they were like, we maybe could have given it to Joel this year,
Hmm.
Jokic next year, because now the whole narrative is like 3 times in a row, and oh, we can't do that. Like, no one's ever gotten it 3 times in a row besides like MJ or Kareem. Like, so they kind of dogged themselves that way because you can argue number one in the West mattered more this year.
Hmm.
Um, because Joel, like, he did the same stuff he did last year. Like, let's be honest.
Yeah.
It was 33 and a half this year though, which was crazy. Like that's an insane number. but I don't think he wasn't an All NBA defender this year, but I think he was the year before. So like you can tell he's the most dominant big in the league. Like that's a fact. And they just needed to give it to him. It was a year late. It's that simple. Besides that, Philly, they're the favorites right now in the sport. All the sports books, like they just became the favorites after winning the Celtics game today.
Yeah.
And I mean, that's surprising because the only people who I've really heard talk about the Sixers being favorites are Philly fans. Like
Yeah.
that's it. And I just kind of thought that was talk because like you normally like Philly always believes they should win a title and everything. And as they should. The Eagles just got to the Super Bowl. But you never think James Harden, you think title. So I guess that's what the barrier I've been trying to cross because Joel also had a bad game, like to start this series. And the Celtics, you just expect them to go to the finals. This
Yeah.
roster's too good. Would
Yeah.
it give me sweet, sweet joy to see them lose here way earlier than I thought they would? Yes.
If they lose here, Brown is gone.
Yeah, I don't blame him. His reasons are pretty good.
Yeah. Brown is gone. They've been there too many times. It's too many situations now. They've been too close. And he needs to flourish somewhere else. And honestly, it'll be I think beneficial for both Tatum and Brown because now
Yep.
Tatum will be able to take more shots. We'll see Tatum do a little bit more,
Yep.
have a little bit more pressure on himself, but I think good pressure to make him want to get better in the offseason.
Yep.
But the series isn't over. They can still win. I do
100%.
see the Celtics being able to turn it around next game. And they just gotta maybe finish it if they could get to game 7, you gotta finish at home, do what you
Yep.
need to do. But it's gonna be tough because I mean, like, they have a good roster, but who's guarding Joel? Like Joel, when he wants to take over the game and be the most dominant player in the game, he can be it for almost any team.
He made
Like,
Al Horford finally look old.
yeah,
Finally. Like, I don't know how Al Horford continues to do it, but today he made him look absolutely silly. He made him look tired. 0 of 7 from three. His legs were gone. Minus 18. Like, only 5, 4, and 2 were his stats. And, like, Al Horford's supposed to be not generational. Let me calm down. But he's supposed to, he's supposed to be, he's supposed to be an above average defender.
yeah,
And Joel Embiid making him look, he's just making him look like an old dad at the YMCA.
yeah. No, he's looking real bad versus Joel, and it's all right. He's definitely the guy. Tyrese Maxey, great, great for
God,
them.
he's a killer. He is a killer.
He's just an energy junkie too. Like,
He looks
just
like he bounces off the walls, bro.
yeah, like he's just exhausting to have to guard. That's why I think personally we're seeing Jaylen Brown and Tatum miss so many shots because even though they have a huge big with Joel, they do run the floor very quickly and they
Yeah,
like to put space. And I think that's putting a toll on a lot of their bodies. But Tatum's still doing his thing. He's played pretty well this game, but I don't know. I don't know what the answer is. I like it. If Joel's going and he's doing good, it's over with.
yeah,
It's not something that many people have an answer for. It's not even really a team that I think that will match up well exactly with Philly, but also I love James Harden at point guard, like being able
yeah.
to how I feel like this is the true way that he was supposed to play his whole career.
Agreed. He is such a good passer, bro.
Yeah.
Like I know it got overshadowed because everyone's like, "Oh, you're just manufacturing this from pick and rolls, Clint
Mhm.
Capella, blah 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 blah." Like he is really the best pocket passer in the league.
Yeah. No,
Like,
it really is.
could you imagine being a big and receiving those from him? It's like it must feel night and day from other point guards because like and Joel Embiid, he talked about it when they first started playing together. He's like, I'm getting the balls, I'm getting the ball in places where I never thought I'd get it before, and it's just so easy just to get my shots. Like, if
Yeah.
Joel Embiid is getting his shots at an easier and higher efficient, like more efficient rate, like that's scary. It's very scary because Tatum and Brown need to pull from middies and threes. Joel Embiid provides that like interior defense too. Tatum gives you 36, 10, and 5, but 40% shooting. Jaylen Brown is efficient every time. 9 of 16, 24 points. Probably should have demanded the ball a little bit more, like he said. And maybe that's why he needs to go to like a Houston or Sacramento. Sacramento, I think would be awesome.
That would
Like
be insane.
Sacramento, him and Fox being the 1A, 1B would be so entertaining because they shoot the same shots. A bunch of
Absolutely.
mid ranges.
Absolutely.
Yeah, no, that would be dope.
Then I wanted to definitely talk about the Grizzlies, how got them boys up out of here, man. They were talking about they were this, they were that. It's a parade inside my city. Yeah. No boy. We get one. Let's just start off with Ja. We have to give respect to Ja where respect is due. He
Yep.
played one, he was getting banged up. I knew we were gonna beat him eventually because his body started to,
Yeah.
take some tolls. His hand was hurting, then it was his knee, then it was, other like his leg and stuff like that, taking hard
Playing
falls.
playing reckless.
Yeah. And that's his game. And I don't want him to ever shy away from his game, but playoffs is also a different game. And you got to know when to do certain things and not do certain things. Desmond Bain had a really good series as well, I would say. But
Yeah. Desmond Bain stepped up. He proved his worth.
yeah, he's deserving of the money that he'll be getting soon. And Jaren Jackson played pretty well, but it's a hard task to guard AD.
Yeah.
And but Dylan Brooks is terrible. I've always known that guy literally what he did was he thought so this is what he thought he was going to do. He thought he was going to pull a Lance Stevenson moment
He really
on
did.
Brown. And one, how did that work out for Lance Stevenson? But it
Future
was like a
teammate.
moment it was a moment like that. Like it was like you're trying to poke at Braun, get under his skin, do what you
Yeah.
need to do to get him not focused on the game, but
Yeah.
focused on you. But all it did was just turn everybody else up on the team.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
Braun didn't really need to acknowledge it. I thought Braun even talking to him before the game, he knows that his team is younger now. Also,
Yeah.
social media is big, everything like that. So if he does something on camera to show that, like, yo, like I'm trying to kill you next game, you're a bum, all this
Yeah.
different stuff. He's doing a lot of mind manipulating things also to motivate his team. And I think that's what it
100%.
was. Everybody was just like, yo, you're not about to talk to the GOAT like that. You're not about to call the GOAT old and washed.
No.
No. And I believe the next game we had Braun had like 20 and 20 or something like
Yeah. 2022, something
yeah.
like that.
And then we ended up getting them boys out with a
40.
game.
We
So
gave we gave him his 40, the 40 he wanted.
yeah, 2 by 40, dude. Like, come on.
Asked for it and you got it. So
And I like there's sources that say that Dylan Brooks isn't coming back next year. I mean, why would you sign him? Why would you want to sign that guy? Like,
I like who's going to? Like there's obviously like Houston rumors, Miami rumors, because like Miami, they're stressing for a wing, but like if they had a normal roster, they don't want him like that. Like he's only gonna go to a team that like is desperate for a wing. Like
yeah.
I I know the value. Oh my God! Can we acknowledge he took away Jaren, Jaden took away Jaden McDaniels, Jaden, the Minnesota one
Yes.
took his defensive team away just like in broad daylight. That's crazy. Like that is insane. Jaden McDaniels was regarded as the best perimeter defender by a lot of metrics this year. Like
Absolutely.
And Herb Jones also was projected up there, and like, you're telling me Dylan Brooks is a better defender than Jaden McDaniels? Like, we saw what he did when he was healthy. Maybe they're just dogging on him for breaking his hand after a loss, but like, this is crazy. And no AD votes. Like, the media gets funnier and funnier every year.
Dylan Brooks played. I have never seen a video of him locking down one player. I've seen some good defensive plays,
Yeah.
absolutely. Also
Yeah.
seen him punch people in the crotch.
Yeah.
Also seen him do a lot of running around like he's playing defense, but he's not playing defense.
Exactly. He's just being
And
physical.
and it's all like if you're gonna talk, that's fine. Do what you got to do to get yourself in the game.
Yeah.
Talking to LeBron James. You're
Poking the
not
bear.
even, you're possibly, in my opinion, you're the maybe the fifth player, the fifth best player on your team. Because it goes
Maybe.
Ja, it goes Desmond Bain, Jaren Jackson, and Titus Jones is better than
Tyus
you.
Jones. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So you're talking like that, and you've never done anything.
No.
You've never won anything. That's another thing with Ja. I think this was a humble moment. You were saying a whole bunch of stuff. It's a
I think he
prayer.
took it well.
Yeah, yeah. No, he was very humble with it. He took it on the chin. You said
Yeah.
you were good in the West. Get up out of here first round. You said that y'all wanted the Lakers. We gave you the Lakers.
Yeah.
And it's a humbling moment for them. But I think for the Grizzlies' sake, if they haven't money, they should go and get somebody. I don't know exactly know who quite it is, but they need a good veteran presence, like a very
Yeah.
good veteran presence. Steven Adams is already a good veteran presence, but they need like a veteran presence that still is like getting
Who
buckets, but is
in a
not
wing?
his career.
There's like, obviously they wanted OG Anunoby. They offered 2 to 3 firsts for him. They offered like 4 firsts for Mikal Bridges. Offered 2 firsts for Dorian. All got declined. They'll probably be cheaper this offseason. So I can see them going getting like one of like a Dorian or something, or like a, I don't know,
I'd like
Harrison
to see
Barnes, you know.
maybe I
But
like
like,
to see Siakam on their team.
yeah, so like they have the first round picks to go for a star, and Siakam's going to be available, I think.
Yeah.
Siakam would be a nice fit for them. Siakam and Jaren frontline is kind of crazy.
Yeah, it's kind of
Like,
small, but it's still
it's
pretty
pretty
good.
insane though.
Yeah.
Like, and because you probably have to give away young players. You give away Zaire Williams, David Roddy, all your first,
Yeah.
a big salary. Maybe Steven Adams goes in that, and like maybe even Tyus if you need to match it up correctly because Siakam's on a big deal. But like Ja, Bane, Siakam, Jaren. Now we're talking. Like we're talking. That's a needle moving four as opposed to like your fourth was such a huge drop off. Like you need Desmond Bane should be your fourth best player realistically, and Jaren should be elevating to become your second or third best player. While you get like, I mean, DeMar a couple years ago would have been a perfect fit for them.
Yeah.
Like a Jimmy Butler, obviously. Like that type of a player is what they're starving for, really. But
Somebody
when
that knows the game, played
yep,
the game, but also,
respects the game.
it's someone that's going to come in and tell them this is how it works. This is how you really win games. This is how
Yeah,
you definitely do things. But I think a team to watch out for that might do some big changes is the Bucks, honestly. We might
yeah.
see the Bucks start to break up.
Chris
Um,
Middleton could be gone.
yeah. If they don't want to re-sign him,
Can't blame him. If you're
yeah.
already gonna fire Bud, you might as well start to pull off the band-aid a little like a year early.
Yeah. So then that would give them a max contract, right?
It's difficult because they Brooke is gonna be a free agent. Middleton has the player option. He's getting interest from Houston. That's what we know, but that's just like his agents being like, make sure there's a report out on his interest. You're paying Portis, you're paying Drew and Giannis like crazy maxes, like super max for Giannis and a really high level version of the max for Drew.
Mm-hmm.
Paying paying Grayson, you're gonna have to get rid of that salary. Jay Crowder, get rid of that salary. You can get enough. Like you'd have to maybe rid Bobby Portis too, but you can if you're the Bucks, you can rework your roster a little bit
Yeah.
if you really want to. I feel like they have a really good team. Budenholzer just didn't make the correct adjustments as well. But
Mhm.
like just replacing Middleton himself feels like a great move, you know? Like if you can get in a better version of Middleton, who's good. So his player option is actually
They should go for Jalen Brown.
23, 24. Yeah, they just don't have enough first round picks for Jalen Brown. That would be a great fit.
I don't think the Celtics would send Jalen Brown there.
Yeah. That would be perfect fit though. Giannis and Jalen Brown, my God.
But honestly, I think this would never happen. But I would love to see Giannis on the Knicks team right now instead of Julius Randle.
Interesting, the Knicks. That's a
Yeah.
great take.
And I think that one New York City would absolutely blow up if that happened.
Yo, he would be the
But
perfect Julius replacement.
perfect. Him and Jalen Brunson, RJ Barrett, Mitchell
Dogs,
Robinson.
defensively dogs. Josh Hart, the hustle.
Like that would be absolutely insane.
I actually really like that because I was talking about this the other day um, with my brother, and Giannis is eligible to be gone in 2 years. There's no way he's signing an extension now,
No.
unless they go trade for a star.
Yeah.
Giannis seems like he wants to go to a big market in 2 years. Like, I
Mhm.
think he wants to he's going to look at the Lakers. He's going to look at the Warriors. He's going to look at the Knicks. Like, if he's given the opportunity to be a
Like
free agent
Chicago too.
or Chicago, right? Like he said, he's kind of planting that seed, but like, Giannis has always wanted to be like great. And like, he wants to be like LeBron. He wants to be like Kobe. He wants to be like Kareem. Like, there are plenty of places he can go to go become a guy who wins multiple rings. But
Yeah.
if he's on Milwaukee, there's no way they're winning another ring unless they can find someone way better than Middleton. Just because Middleton's on the steep decline and Middleton had to be otherworldly the year they won the championship.
Yeah. I just don't know who they would try and get. Like, but I would love to see Giannis on like the Knicks.
Yeah, that's fair. Next would be cool. I personally I think the writing could very well be on the wall for the Lakers to just I don't even know if they'll get anyone, right? But the second LeBron retires, not even before that. I think the Lakers are already starting now.
Yeah.
They're looking for who AD's next superstar teammate's going to be.
Yeah.
You can tell the way they talk to Ja. You can tell the way they talk to Kyrie when Kyrie shows up to games. They're trying to figure out if Kyrie's going to be the next superstar.
Hmm.
They are probably going to be more like, no, LeBron's playing 2 more years because Bronny's going to be here in 24. So we don't need his replacement yet. We need his replacement in 2 years. Who's available for free agency in 2 years if LeBron retires with a max slot available? Like, it'll kind of
Yeah.
fit in perfectly if LeBron decides to retire
Yeah.
after his first year with Bronny.
That would be absolutely insane.
And as crazy as it is, that suggestion would be, it's like it happened to get LeBron. We went from Kobe Bryant to LeBron James. I don't think people understand that. Like
Yeah.
we Lakers fans, we had to go through some hell in between, but like we know we are kind of used to getting the best player in the NBA. I don't know why, but they always show up.
Yeah.
That's we've had Shaq, we've had Kareem, Magic, like Will, like every generation has provided a Lakers best player in the league.
Yep. I could see it. I could see that
I
happening.
could, I could. It the thing is like we're neck deep in the hypotheticals though, but I think Jalen Brown's going to spark like a new superstar trend of like movement this offseason. Like
Mhm.
Atlanta, they're going to be aggressive for him. Sacramento, as we talked about, Houston, you can offer Sengun. Like I wanted to ask you this question: Wembenyama draft lotteries in a week. If you're the rookie team that drafts, if you're lucky enough to get Wembenyama, are you building around him immediately? Like the same way it's like a rookie contract NFL quarterback. Oh,
Yeah.
let's build the defense. Let's build the O line. Let's get everything now because we've got this 3 year window before we got to pay him. Jalen Hurts with the Eagles. Like
Hmm.
Kyler Murray went the second he got in the league. They're like, okay, we need to pay everyone. We need to get a team around him. Are you doing that if you're a franchise around Wemby where you'll only get a 10 mil now for forever? That this is the only time he'll ever be 10, 11, 12, 14, whatever it is.
Uh, I think it's definitely doable. Um, you could definitely do it. I think the easiest team to be able, and I feel like they would have the money, and would be like the Spurs.
Yeah, they have so much money.
Yeah, like they're not really paying anybody. Like, so being able to maybe go and sign maybe somebody like a Jalen Brown, or
Or
you
even
know,
trade for him, you know?
trade for him, or anybody that's on the free agency market to go around Victor. I think they have the ability to definitely build around somebody like the Rockets if they just so happen to
Yeah.
get.
The Rockets, you just named the Spurs 72 mil and Rockets 60 mil total next year committed. So they have 80 mil, 90 mil each. So they can do
Yeah,
whatever they want.
those guys, they can sign, a lot of different people. And like I would build around Victor just so then it makes him feel like, you know, that we really want you. We want you to stay.
Yeah.
We want you to be a franchise player. But also we want you to understand that like we are aware of your body type. We're aware of your
Yeah.
history. We know that there's a high chance in that you're gonna probably maybe get injured. So we want to
Yeah.
make sure that you feel like if you're not feeling too much pressure that you have to play every game, because I think he'll be a type of player that gets a lot of minutes restrictions, kind of like how Zion was coming
Yeah.
in.
And like how Chet's going to have to deal with it as well.
Yeah. Um, so I think somebody like that. I don't know if Detroit is also in there,
They are. Yeah. Yeah.
but they could definitely do something really good. I think,
Aiden Wemby, Ivy,
yeah, I think with Wiseman,
Duran, Wiseman. Damn, that's a big team. Could you imagine Wemby running small forward on that team pretty much?
yeah. And I think that that would be something that they would be open for,
Yeah.
because then it allows, Victor to be able to guard in a way smaller players, not have to be inside,
And
maybe
he's
where,
swatting their shit.
oh yeah, no. He might be defensive first team, second team, at least first year.
Yeah. Like, God, could you imagine? You have Cade and Ivy run the whole offense. Wemby's your small forward at 7'5". You have Duran and Wiseman just holding down the paint. Duran's a fucking dog. Like he is crazy. Like, he's got man strength at like 20 years old,
Yep.
and he's you can't move him. You can't move him. He's you can lob threat like, and Wiseman can space you out a little bit.
Yeah, Westbrook can shoot a little bit, so
He was giving them 20 and 10 performances. Like we're talking about defensively the most fun team to watch. Like
that would be insane.
it would be
And
hilarious. It would be straight comedy.
but those are the teams that I think have the ability to definitely be able to build around
Yeah.
Victor, but it depends on what they want to do. Like, say if I'm the Rockets, then I might have to get rid of Kevin Porter Jr. and give me
Yeah.
like a point guard. If
James Harden.
yeah.
Like that's the rumor. The rumor is pretty much James Harden's coming back for sure. Like that's what all these reports are saying. We
Mhm.
don't actually know, but it's like the way it's comparable is like LeBron to Lakers, right? The year before. And so it's like James Harden and Rockets done deal. Rockets trade, they have so many first round picks, right? So they trade like an assortment of one team's first round picks, like Jabari Smith or Sengun, whichever one, and like Jay Sean Tate salary filling. You get Jalen Brown. So you have Harden, Jalen Green, Jalen Brown. You've drafted Wemby, and you have either Jabari Smith, Tari Eason, Sengun, like, and then you have a goaded starting five there. So that would be, I guess, like the example of
Building
going
up.
win now with Wemby immediately on draft night, pretty much, or like free agency weekend.
No, that would be dope. I would like that team a lot.
That would be very cool.
And the Spurs, they just have the ability to just really just go and just get anybody
Anyone?
they want.
Kyrie, come on over.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's something that I could see is Kyrie. Then they keep Keldon Johnson,
Yep. Trey
uh,
Jones,
Trey Jones, but Trey Jones is
Killian.
the six man.
Yeah.
But then they can, yeah, get Kyrie. Kyrie might ask for a little bit of money, but then get somebody like Kuzma.
Yeah. Kuz is gonna be a great free agent target this offseason. He's
Hmm.
gonna get a bag no matter where he goes.
Yeah, he's gonna get a bag.
People
So
want his skill set a lot.
he might come to the Lakers again. That's what it seems
Hey,
like.
this Malik, Mo Bamba, while they may be useless now, they could be so useful in the offseason with that trade package because they have team options. We'll pick them both up, sign
Hmm.
and trade that, John. You can get either, you can realistically, you can get Draymond Green, Kyle Kuzma, or someone around that skill set if you're smart enough.
Yeah.
Like, you can do it. Like, you can do it for Draymond Green. You don't need to give up a pick, probably, because it's just a sign and trade. And if Kuzma's like, I'm only going to the Lakers, nowhere else, same thing. Give a second round picks. So you get to keep your 2023 first round pick. Like the Lakers have those.
Draymond's definitely coming to the Lakers next year.
Yeah, it feels like he's literally with us. Like it feels like he wants to be a Laker. And honestly, if the Lakers, so we're obviously going off about free agency right now, but like the true thing that could very much happen, D'Angelo Russell, like it gets moved on from, right?
Hmm.
Because you know the Lakers, they see star, they attract. Kyrie Irving is tight with LeBron again, and now and he's been tight with AD for a while, showing up damn near like, look, D'Lo, if you don't perform today, I'm gonna come take your spot, type shit.
Yeah.
Like, and I think that if D'Lo's on edge for that reason, because like D'Lo brought it up in the last pregame, he was like, they're gonna have to make a decision on me, huh? Like basically, because he knows that it's between him and Kyrie
Yeah.
and him in depth versus Kyrie. So if you're the Lakers and you decide to get a little psychopathic and you're like, hey, we can go repeat if we get Kyrie, but we'll have no bench. We'll have just our cheap rookies. We can keep Reeves if we get Kyrie,
Hmm.
but we can't keep one of Rui Vando. We can't keep Malik. Obviously, he goes. Bamba goes. You can keep Christie. Probably need to trade your 2023 first round pick anyways, just to like make the money work.
Hmm.
Um, but then you get Draymond.
Yeah.
So you're double sign and trading. You're going D'Lo for Kyrie because Mavericks are just trying to get something out of it, and
Yeah.
then you go Draymond for Malik and Mo. Same thing, trying to get something out of it. You have Kyrie, Reeves, LeBron, Draymond, AD. Don't be surprised if that happens because it's the most Laker thing. It's the most Laker thing to happen ever.
Yeah.
Like, let's just being like, oh, we have an amazing bench. Okay, that's cool. We had that for a year. Now,
Thanks for your
Max Christie,
service.
you're our
We're out
sixth
of
man
here.
now.
Yep. We're gonna go for a super team.
Yeah,
But yeah.
they'll go for a super team 5, and then they will completely just have to rely on Max Christie, Scottie Pippen Jr., G Leaguers to run the bench next year.
Oh my God. Yeah. No, that would be something.
Yeah, it would. It would.
Yeah, I have a hot take.
I'm ready.
Since I know that we are gonna win this year, this will be the first year that LeBron James will not get Finals MVP.
You think AD wins it over him?
Yeah,
Wow, that's such a fair point.
I think that, how AD has been playing, and when we go to the finals and how he will have the confidence of whoever we play, we're gonna go against, because I low key think that Miami could beat the 76ers low key.
Yeah, Jimmy knows everything about Philly.
But at the same time, I don't know. Like Sixers could be just really ready this year. But I think, I think AD will have to step up like no other. Braun will have his series, but I think AD's stats will be so nice and so big that we would have to give it to uh
That's fair.
we'll have to give it to AD.
And his defensive impact is absurd, as we talked about. Like
Mhm.
that's becoming the most valuable thing in the league right now is AD's defense.
Yep.
I saw like a conversation topic pretty much was, what would you rather have? AD's body and defensive ability. This is obviously assuming health, like AD's body defensive ability, or would you rather have Curry's shot? And I don't know, like that I it's obviously Curry's shot must feel like you're on crack. Like whatever shot I can shoot, like
Yeah,
I'm it's going in. Like that's sick confidence. But imagine having AD's body length, all pauses, but like having having his ability,
yeah.
but then having your current skill of basketball. Like, what are you taking? What are you taking there? Like right now, it's just you.
Just me. I'm gonna take the Steph Curry shot
Yeah,
just because I would use it on how Steph has been playing the last two games.
ISO heavy.
Yeah, and just getting my teammates more involved,
And
like
yeah, pick and roll.
pick and roll, like what I mean. He's passing really well, and
Yeah,
that's what I like Curry's game when he drives to the hole, dishes out. You know what I mean? That's nice and doesn't exert energy just running around.
yeah.
No play sets.
Your cardio's elite.
Yeah, like that's cool. Like, what I mean? That he changed the game in that way. Like that's dope. But then he's also putting it in my vision a bad influence on the future of basketball. When I say like future basketball, I mean these young kids that they think like,
Like Jordan Poole.
yeah, like literally like Jordan Poole. Like they think that like just because they hit a couple big shots and a couple good shots, they think that now they could just have the green light to shoot anywhere.
Yeah,
When Steph Curry had to go through damn near 8 years of hell,
yeah.
really show the world I can shoot wherever the fuck I want to shoot. If
And
I
other
pass
people
half
can't.
court, it's a 50-50 chance. Like, and but I was gonna say, I was talking to some of these Warrior fans, some of our friends. This is the first time for the Warriors dynasty that when somebody takes a three or a deep three, not just thinking just Jordan Poole, but everybody, if somebody takes a shot
Yeah,
and it's not Steph Curry, that is a bad shot. This is the first time in a
yeah.
while the Warriors
They're
actually
taking dumb
bad
shots.
shots. Yeah,
Yeah,
like bad shots. And Steph doesn't really have bad shots. I mean, personally for me, I consider some of his shots some bad shots in my opinion,
yeah,
but it's the greatest shooter of all time. So sometimes those bad shots that I'm like, what the hell? He makes those.
yeah,
So,
yeah,
but I think this is the first time where Clay is taking shots where if you're not going already, and even if you're going already, some of these shots that you're taking, you're not the 20, you know what I mean? You're not the 2018 guys that you
yeah,
guys were, where you guys were just shooting everywhere. It's the splash bros. Jordan Poole, I think, has gotten too big headed with the contract and the influence with Steph, where he thinks he has the same green light as
yeah,
him.
yeah.
Draymond Green feels unrespected now and unwanted on the team. And
There's
also, we're seeing him
chemistry
play,
issues.
yeah, we see him playing more offensively.
Yeah,
And what's funny about that is he's playing very well offensively, but this is something he's always already been able and capable of doing, even when he
yeah,
came out of college.
yep,
I believe Steve Kerr, like, you know what I mean? This is the first time that he really has to coach. And this is
yeah,
where it showed where he coached Draymond in a way to be like ready for like playing the role that he's been playing, but now they would low key need Draymond to score 20 points for them to win versus the Lakers this series.
Draymond is he's confused out there. Like
Yeah.
because LeBron knew every single damn move and rotation and play on that hammer set, we are seeing like Draymond's value decline because of that in terms of you need to be able to get a bucket now. Like this is the first time because yeah, everyone just had like just seen like just now learned about the Warriors, but now we've seen them for a long time. The scouting is up. You're finally meeting a team that is on the same level as you, if not better, right? It's
Yep.
been they haven't like you sacked the deck so hard with KD that you never really faced people who could face you. So you think you're
Yeah,
invincible. And while that won them the championships and it's forever going to be on their legacy and like resume, this is the real NBA now. Like it's like you are forced to go do everything now. Like you need to be like Lonnie Walker. Like you need to be able to hit a shot over someone now. You have to most players on teams have to be able to hit shots.
absolutely. I would just also like to say too, like, we didn't touch up on this guy, but Jimmy Butler has been playing absolutely insane.
Dude,
He has been playing absurd.
best player in the playoffs.
Yeah, you know, he's shooting, he's driving, he's playing absolutely
Yep.
crazy defense. You know, did I see him on the all-time defense?
You know what? That's a great question. Let's see. I don't think so.
That's what I'm saying. I don't know if I agree with all these awards that be given out.
So here's what we got. I think first team they were dead on, but second team is where it's like, what the hell? First team was Drew, Caruso, Mobley, Brook Lopez, and Jaren. Mobley, Brook Lopez, and Jaren, we kind of knew. Yeah, we knew. Caruso, I love that he gets his respect, but I thought he was gonna be a second team guy. Um,
That's
so
wild. That's I never
yeah,
that's kind of wild. I'm not gonna lie,
but
but
here's where it gets wild. Derek White. Am I reading this correctly? Derek White is on the defensive second team. Draymond Green, of course, we knew he'd make that. OG Anunoby, that was a little surprising, but he is a great defender, so you give it to him. Bam Adebayo always makes the team. Fair.
yeah,
Dylan Brooks! Come
yeah, no.
on, bro.
Like three guys on the defensive second team that's not better than Jimmy Butler on defense. So
Yeah. Jimmy
yeah, he
Butler,
doesn't play
AD.
that well in regular season, but like still defensive wise, you can't tell me that you don't see like these players don't see the Miami Heat on the schedule and they don't like and you're not a small forward or a guard and you're like fuck. Like
What they need to do is they need to release every year like a postseason version of these awards of the All NBA defensive first team, second team, because that's what matters. Jimmy
yeah,
Butler and AD are first on that every year they're healthy. So we need correct representation of who the best players are versus who was the most valuable throughout the regular season. Like just because you played many games doesn't make you the best defender in the NBA, right? You got the award for the defender who did the best because played the most games, like stayed available, stayed healthy. Like, look, I get that. Let that person win that award.
yeah,
But we need like some recognition and like awards. So because this matters in people's legacies. Like we talk about people's legacies all the time. Like you know how if we can reference like this guy was the best defender throughout the playoffs, or he's a top 5 defender throughout the playoffs, and he made it all the way to the finals. Like that is kind of what matters, and like your possessions versus the best team's best player. Like, how are we quantifying that in these rankings? Because is Derek White guarding Steph Curry and stopping him? Like, is is Dylan Brooks stopping LeBron James? No, we saw no. Like, we saw that. Like, maybe he's doing well against like the Houston Rockets, Detroit Pistons, like third stringers. Like, maybe that's what you're seeing. You're seeing him beat up on the Spurs. Like, you're seeing him beat up on the bottom teams in the West and the Lakers when they were starting Troy Brown. Like we're talking about a completely different NBA in the regular season than what we're talking about in the playoffs.
absolutely. It's just I don't know about these awards, man. I don't know.
Yeah,
But,
it's
but yeah, no, I feel for Steph though right now. Steph,
yeah,
this is the end of his first dynasty. So
yeah, yeah.
this is like I got Warrior fans telling me they're ready to rebuild. I was like, "Excuse
Yeah. I speaking on which, I hopped into Warriors space after the win yesterday. And they got pissed that they saw a Laker fan in there firstly. They were like, what the hell? And but these guys are immediately into trade packages. Like
oh yeah,
like they are
they want Joel,
yeah. They're like
they want Giannis.
it's
I'm
like, what
like,
can we do to get Scotty and OG? All right, how
yeah,
can we get Siakam and OG?
they're
And
ready.
these,
They're ready to fire Steve Kerr.
yeah, they're like, no, we need a new voice now. Nick Nurse is available. like, come on, like, your Steve
Yeah,
Kerr's your coach,
yeah.
and they have. We know what the worst solutions are. Like,
His record is un and
yeah,
it's
like
just it's absolutely stupid.
he has
Like,
9 rings, my guy. Like,
yeah,
come on, let's calm down. You're not firing someone with 9 rings. They leave when they want to leave.
yeah, like literally. So I it's very interesting what's gonna be happening. But I do think
Yeah.
they need a true big,
Yes.
like exactly like a super true big, but like a just a good big that can defend as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like Miles Turner would be great for them.
Yeah. Miles Turner fit perfectly. Brooke Lopez could come back to the Bay.
Yep.
He'd have to take a pay cut though. Brooke Lopez is in line for some money. But
Yeah.
I mean, the Warriors have sign and trade ability too.
Yeah. I mean,
Porzingis is going to be
talking about
available.
trading fucking Jordan Poole.
Yeah, Poole's going to be on his max next year. He's
They're
going
like,
from 3 to 30.
yeah. So we actually didn't even want to pay you that money.
Yeah, so we're going to trade you Moody maybe, or like maybe Baldwin, or maybe Kuminga, and like they can get a superstar. Not a superstar, but they could get an all-star. Like, because Poole on another team will average a lot of points. Like,
Yeah.
at the bare minimum, he'll average a lot of points.
He's gonna get the shots that he truly wants now.
Yeah, you can tell that like he's not into that locker room. He's not into, and I feel like he's a passive aggressive kind of a guy,
Yeah, he's immature, dude.
and I think that's fine. I think he's just maturing in his life because like, look, he's our age. He's a little bit younger, so
Yeah.
it's hard to like be like, hey, do your life better, you know. But like,
Yeah.
it's definitely easy to see that he is a huge part of the problem just due to his attitude. Like,
Yeah. No, he doesn't have the same
you got
veteran
your bag, and
attitude.
what'd you do?
Dude, you doing 0 points in the playoffs? You getting donut?
Yeah, he's going through that
You getting
Schroeder
over 100
experience right now.
million?
I assume this humbles him and makes him better in the future. Just because, like,
You
if it
better have
doesn't,
30. You better have 30 next game.
he may not play next game.
Hey, hey, if they DMP Jordan Poole, he's out of there. And
They
they're
are
sending
trading him
him
to the Bucks.
to Detroit, somewhere where there's
Get him
nothing
out.
but oh no. Yeah.
Send him home to Wisconsin or something, or Michigan. But yeah, no, that you're right. You're right. It's a like they have a roster. Also, speaking on this, Juan Toscano Anderson tweeted today. He's like, I still have my stock firmly planted in JP and Wiseman. Would you have done the Wiseman for GP2 trade looking back now? Like, or would you rather have Wiseman, or would you rather have GP2 right now and for the future? Like, what do you see here? Like, does Wiseman even help you in the playoffs? Like, can you develop him the way they were supposed to? Because honestly, part of this is on their development, not being able to turn him into a better Looney.
Um, I'm fine with GP2 on the team, but I would have loved to see Wiseman have a chance to really have like a full season as a Warrior
Yeah,
and have any injuries like but I think Wiseman would have been really good for them right now. Especially when they would have been playing the Kings. I think they would have got the Kings out of there quicker.
yeah,
I think that's what is also the main reason of why Curry is being a little bit more passive. He's realizing that like, okay, like this is gonna be a long series regardless. I think this is where we see Curry finally take another 35 shots, and
yeah.
more these next couple of games. But he's like conserving a little bit of energy. But I would have loved to see Wiseman. And I think even if they kept Wiseman and didn't trade him, I think they still would have been able to get GP. So
They could have traded. Yeah, they could have traded Moody, Jamichael, and like Ryan Rollins. and second round picks and like barely made it. They also could have traded like Dante and Moody like straight up.
Yeah.
Um, and they Warriors fans will say that that was the right move to keep those guys, but I feel like Dante's a little redundant in terms of positionally. Um, because like they're running four guards against the Lakers.
Yeah, that's not gonna work, dude.
Who do you expect that to work against? You didn't even work against the Celtics.
It's just not it's not the game anymore. It's not 2018 anymore, man.
Yeah, no. I think the right move would have been to replace Dante.
Hmm.
And because like GP2, you're fine with him being your backup 2, 3 for forever. But yeah, I don't know. We'll see. We got game 5 tomorrow in San Francisco.
Yes, sir.
Hopefully it's not quiet as hell like it's been this whole series. The
Yeah.
Lakers, admittedly, Crypto Arena has been a little quiet too.
Hmm.
These tickets, man, they're so expensive.
Too expensive, man.
They're too expensive. But
They
this
already make
league
so
is,
much. I don't understand the tickets being so much money like that. They already making too much money. Like, just like making the tickets like affordable for a lot of different people to go. Like, I
yeah,
never understood that. Like, I understand the tickets front row,
yeah,
third row, fifth row, but like, dude, like nosebleeds being 200, $400, like
700 now.
that's
Like,
that's ridiculous.
who's paying 750 to be at the top of a stadium?
The same people that didn't play past middle school basketball, man.
Yeah, no, no.
Like,
It's
come on, man.
it's a lot of slow clapping going on right now. For
Yeah.
real.
Get the true fans in there. Get some people that, you know what I mean, can't afford to always go to a game. They
Yeah.
should, like, at this point, every arena should have a section where
Standing
it
room only.
yeah, like, dude, like, make it doable. Like, make it like actually, you know what I mean, nice and
Yeah.
affordable for a lot of the different people. Shit, if you have to even have a section where it's like 100 to 200 people, that's free. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The raffles out
Or
free.
$5, like
Something. You guys already make so much money just on the food that you sell there, let alone
and
the
what's
jerseys and
yeah, like
business.
you can, and Chase makes enough money. They can, and like and I think what they need to be sold on from a consumer, like, or from someone who's like preach like, like telling them this idea is like you'll generate more money because you're doing this because the Warriors will play better. The
Yeah,
Warriors thrive on having a louder crowd. Like
absolutely.
they like having a louder stadium benefits your team more than anything. And even they'll argue back. It'll be like, look, we have a C-suite type of a clientele. Like we have so many people that we're trying to please in these suites. We have so many people that like who are partners, sponsors. Like they have people who they do business with in that building, and
Absolutely.
they're probably thinking of it in that way. But like you need to think about the authenticity of the game. Like how to get your players riled up because if Steph is trying to get them riled up, then who else is going to do it?
Yep. And Steph can't do it all by himself anymore.
No,
Not in this playoff series.
no. Clay and Jordan Poole shot selection, Draymond Green passing decisions. Like if you have that, there's only so much Steph can really do.
Yep. You're gonna have to go for 50 for the next 3 games, but I'm gonna tell you this: that 50 with the Kings ain't the same 50 with the Lakers. Because if you
Yeah,
score 50
everyone
and
else is locked up.
Braun has 20, AD has 25, and at least Austin Reeves and somebody else has at least 15, 17 points, we're still winning that game.
Yeah, like we know how to stop everyone else if Curry's going. That's the thing they've never faced.
Yep.
They faced it. They faced Delhi going at him, but like the Cavs had to give their best shot. Like they had to really like hit the shot that mattered. And Lakers will have to do the same, but they can do something that no Warriors team has ever faced before.
Absolutely.
Hopefully we can come back here tomorrow
Yes.
live.
Yes, sir.
Hopefully we can see the Lakers come out on top. If they don't though, it won't be the end of the world.
Yeah, I won't be stressing because I don't think they'll ever beat us in LA.
The
So
Lakers are still undefeated at home. So
yeah.
at the bare
But
minimum, you're expecting a decent performance tomorrow, you know.
yeah, but if we can get as much rest as we possibly could, because I think the Denver and Suns are definitely gonna probably go 7 realistically.
Yeah,
Get as much rest as we can, get them out. Don't have to worry about it because say they go off next game, that doesn't mean that they're just gonna cool off. They are still the Warriors
yeah, they
team.
see the ball go in.
Yeah, they can come out hot in game 6 and maybe shock us and then have to go to a game 7 and then
And then you're right there. It's like, yeah, we're delirious now. Now it's back to
yeah,
like even series.
yeah. And we don't want any of that. So knock them, you know what I mean? Come out early, get an early lead first half,
Yeah,
quiet the crowd, take the crowd out the game, and
definitely.
in the dynasty, man.
Yeah, the Lakers have an opportunity here, man.
It's funny, Braun was the start of their dynasty and could be the end. That man is the GOAT, man. That man survived the Warriors dynasty and could potentially end it.
If we can do that, it's up. It's really up.
We beat the Warriors. I don't think anybody else could beat us because the confidence levels. We just beat the defending champs.
Yeah, we
So
beat the best. That's why I talked about Twitter people on Twitter a lot. They're like, "Who'd you rather face, Warriors Kings?" I'm like, "Nah, man. I want to face the best team because one, I hate the narrative that the Lakers always get. Oh, you won a bubble ring, blah blah blah.
yeah,
Even when we beat the Celtics, that's probably the only respect we've had in a while. Like when we beat the Magic in '09, it's like, oh, you just beat the Magic. Like LeBron didn't make it to the final, so it doesn't really count like that. It's like, come on, man. Like the
LeBron got swept that
what we
series.
gotta do? Do we? It's like the Lakers were given the same standards LeBron's been given throughout his entire career. I think that's why the partnership is now finally merged perfectly, because it's like these two realize that dealing with being the best all the time is also a toxic thing to deal with. Like you
Yeah,
have you have to handle like crazy media narratives. Like just because you're the best, they don't want to see you keep being the best. No one wants that. Like let's be honest. Like the Yankees, 27 rings gets made fun of all the time because it's like
absolutely.
at this point they make 27 look like it's a low number when that's insane. No one else has 27 rings in any sport. Like
Oh,
and this is how it is with big brands, big players. And I don't know. The partnership's kind of perfect. LeBron gets 5 in a Lakers uniform. I think it's just the most beneficial thing for both
championships.
parties. Like we're talking about Clutch Sports already becoming the biggest agency in the game. They are going to lock up some of the most aggressive free agents from all sports coming up now. Like
Yeah,
I think Kyrie and Ja could be future Clutch clients.
yeah,
Just due to like seeing Rich Paul go around, it feels like LeBron and his crew are going for the correct way to go about world domination. They're not willing to
yeah,
see other people take the things that they know they can take. Like
absolutely.
they're making their imprint lasted on here forever.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Episode 8.
Episode 8, man. Talked about a lot. Got a lot of topics in.
Yes, sir.
We'll be back for sure tomorrow for a little live
Little
stream,
live stream. Tune in. Tune in.
Yes, sir. But all right, that's it.
We out.